part of the burden has been that they are running institutions that are not entrepreneurial in their approach. Private education is expensive because they have to pay the lecturers. They have to take care of the system. They have to also run. In fact, the requirement of the National University Commission on private institutions is unbelievable. The quality of buildings you must have, the quality of this, the quality of that, the number of students that can be in a room cannot exceed a certain number. It's not so in most of the
Federal University.
Yes, a room for 4, you find 16. Even beyond the 16, you find others also shunting somewhere. So, private university is a matter of choice. However, it is my conviction that some institutions, though private, should create soft landing for families that have kids that are brilliant but just didn't have the money. So our university is looking at the possibilities of providing as much as between 100 and 200 scholarships every year. And once a person meets the criteria every year, from start to graduation, we'll take care of his tuition and accommodation, and in some cases, even the feeding.
Okay, now let's talk more about
that feeding. God, you wanted to know something about the feeding.
Did I say I want to go back to school?
So you can get free.
So I can get free. But, okay, would you want to talk about the criteria?
Well, part of the criteria, of course, will be that, I mean, we don't want to create this opportunity for you, and you come and you are busy, you want to be a cult member, you want to be chasing girls, boys. We want you to score at least 3.0 every year. That makes you a candidate.
That's an average.
Yeah.
It's not too high.
No, I mean, we are not saying 4.0. We're saying 3.0. 4.0 will be great.
Yeah.
So it means also you are preparing yourself to be a first-class student. You are preparing yourself to be a first-class citizen. And you're preparing yourself to be a smart leader of the future. So score 3.0. Be a student who also contributes his best while on campus, and as long as you score 3.0 and meet other minor criteria, the scholarship will be retained for all 4 years. And some of them, we might even give them the chance, instead of them being out there looking for work, we might retain some of them again, because this was where you trained, you know how it runs. Because there's serious unemployment out there. We just asked for people to apply for work, and we have 7,000, and we only need 98. How do you do the recruit? How do you go through the process of who you choose? There is problem.
You have 98.
We only need 98 for takeoff.
Space.
And we have 7,000 that went online before the closing date. Since the closing date,
you have some more.
It's scary. I mean, you get people with degrees in computer studies, computer engineering, prepared to do administrative work, because it's just no work in the land.
Would the curriculum be any different from what has been? I mean, would there be, okay, for instance, a lecturer, when we were in the university, a lecturer was telling us something about how they went to school. They spend 1 hour theory, spend 1 hour practical. Then that's 2 hours gone. They take a break, 30 minutes, come back, another 1 hour theory, 1 hour practical. They do 30 minutes theory, they do 30 minutes practical. Is that the kind of curriculum you're going to be working at?
There are courses that require practicals. That will be like in entrepreneurship, engineering, some of the science courses. Courses that are essentially humanities may not require that. So with the ones that don't require, we will not immediately. Part of what we think will be the practical is after we teach you some degree of entrepreneurship, we might ask people, we might look for institutions, places where we ask our students to intern. We also have aspirations to be able to take some students and connect them with schools, universities outside of Nigeria, and also organizations whom we have built relationships with over the years. Phase 2 of what I want to personally do in that town is to start a technical college where your pursuit is not a degree. You just want to come and get City and Guild in mechanical engineering, so you can fix cars. City and Guild in plumbing.
Would it be within that university complex, or would it be separate?
It will have to be separate, but they can interface.
Okay.
It will have to be separate, but they will interface, because the regulator for that is different from the regulator for the university. But we've already acquired the land for that, so that maybe 4 years or so down the road, after the university have started, we'll start the technical school. So they interface, and so the university student gets the practical knowledge from here and can combine that with the theoreticals, which he already has.
Okay, admissions now. Let's talk about
Sure.
admissions. Say starting, are we getting forms now?
Oh yeah, I mean, people go online to kingsuniversity.edu.ng. They are able to download the forms. For this takeoff year, we have offered 120 scholarships. 80 is coming from Kingsway International Christian Center, 40 coming from something we call MASS, which is Matthew Ashimalo Scholarship Scheme. And both scholarships cover, like I said, tuition, accommodation, and I'm not sure which one now. One of them covers up to feeding.
Okay.
So
there are different levels.
there are
of the
different
scholarships.
levels. What Matthew Ashimalo Scholarship Scheme offers is probably a little more than what Kingsway International Christian Center offers, because the church is picking 80 scholarships and Mass is picking 40 for this year. And whoever gets this scholarship, we are committed for the whole
4 years.
4 years, as long as he meets.
What's the selection
standard.
process? Because there are those who like, okay, it's a church, okay, so they are picking from their church. What's the criteria?
In
Must
fact-
it be from the church, or it's all over?
The only people that were guaranteed is just 5 people from that community. They were guaranteed that, okay, we'll pick 5 indigents.
You mean Odeomo?
From Odeomo in Osun State, we'll pick 5 indigents, so that we are interfacing with the community.
Okay.
Other than that, we would use a person's probably JAM score, his YX score, and his whatever capacity he demonstrated during the interviews. Because we have so many people who want the scholarship, I think we have so far only given out 90, so 30 is left. So whoever.
Let me go now.
Oh, it's too late.
He said it's too late. So when some people have wondered in the past and say, why do religious bodies need to come into
From
build and where they are going to be collecting money? You know, is it a form of business? You know, should religion be mixed with business?
Well, two answers to that. Number one, once the institution is initiated and executed, technically the church is the proprietor, but the school is an entity on its own, has its own governing body, and the church is just part of the voice. It's the proprietor. In fact, it gives more. I do not know of any church in Nigeria that have started a university that would ever think that it's going to be profitable in the next 15 years. It is not. It is cash. It is cash intensive.